Choose your ticket package at sipnebraska.com. The SIP Nebraska Spring Festival, a Blur event, May 9th and 10th at Mahoney State Park in Ashland.
Spring has arrived, the temperatures are rising, and it's time to get your equipment ready for the season. Landmark Implement has high-quality used John Deere planters, sprayers, and tractors, priced to move and ready to work for you. Take advantage of unbeatable deals and flexible financing to upgrade your operation without stretching your budget. Stop by your local Landmark Implement or browse our full inventory online at landmarkimp.com. Before these deals are done, experience the Landmark difference.
The end of the school year is drawing near, which means graduation parties are coming soon. Are you prepared for hosting? Führer's Cheese Spread is the dip that brings everyone together to celebrate graduations and the close to a great school year. And it goes well with crackers, meats, soups, and more. How could you consider throwing a party without it? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's Cheese Spread. No graduation party is complete without it.
At Allo, we go beyond internet, bringing you faster speeds backed by an all-fiber network. We go beyond TV and phone service, delivering reliable, crystal clear connections. We go beyond customer service with local teammates and no robots for a hassle-free experience. We go beyond value, offering transparent prices with no contracts, hidden fees, or data caps. We even go beyond our office doors by working, hiring, volunteering, and living in the communities we serve. Go beyond fiber. Sign up today at allofiber.com.
Memorial Day is coming up quickly, and you know what that means. Grilling season. You know what's more embarrassing than an overcooked piece of meat? A dirty, disgusting, and grimy grill. Let the pros at Husker Grill Cleaning get you ready for grilling season. They'll take your grill apart piece by piece, scrub every inch, and reassemble it so your grill can look and perform its best. Visit their website at huskergrillcleaning.com today to schedule your appointment. Husker Grill Cleaning, serving Lincoln, Omaha, Malcolm, and more.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up, Jay Foreman, Austin Orman, Old School, brought to you New School Way on this amazing day. It's about 85 degrees, no wind again. It's 3 days in a row, and it's going to be hot this weekend, 90s. Don't get scared because it's going to be in the 90s. But
that's all you ever want to talk about, 90s.
Yeah, I know, man. Yeah, me and Joel Makovica. But this is Old School. We're brought to you by the Mercado Certified Piedmontese Special Ingredients and Butcher Shop, 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, 85th and Old Cheney / Andermatt, and 168th and Maple up there in the O. I want to give another shout out to Upside, the young ladies that came in, and they got UFC Saturday. I got Nick Allen tonight, $10 cover to get in. Comedy special, first time only. They've already pre-sold a lot of tickets. They have some drink specials. They got the Cookie Monster, and I just nicknamed this the Summer Breeze. And then they have plenty of good food out there. We've heard nothing but good things for their menu, and then also the quality of food and time to get their food out. So also they have the MLB package.
Mm-hmm.
They do have the NFL package as well.
Mm-hmm.
And, a great location out there on about 27th and Pine Lake. Really, really good people out there. So appreciate them coming in. Obviously talking about UFC, which is obviously another big card, big draw for them. So doors open early, get there at 1, prelims at 7 tomorrow. The comedy show tonight starts at 8, so you can go right after work. Obviously, great vibes in there, great music, and also great space. I think when they first opened, we went and did a remote out there. The one thing I like out there, or liked when I went out there, is I'm big on, like, when we go places, just the space and how things kind of flow.
Mhm.
And it didn't feel crammed, even though it was the same spot another place was there previous. So they did a really good job on, I guess, the interior design or whatever you call it. But then also they have really good customer service. Want to give them a shout out as well. So especially go out there right now tonight, or especially tomorrow, UFC fans, and it's going to be a good ticket out there, and obviously a good time out there. But Austin, tons of stuff going on still in the football world.
Mm-hmm.
We got about 10 minutes before we go to break, so we catch back up, right?
Yeah.
About 25. I'm just going to do what I'd like doing the best.
Vortex.
They always look for the one name that I might know in college football that might be that's in the portal that ends up going somewhere. And it could be a byproduct of a move, by one player. There's two of them. Robert McDaniel, the high 3-star quarterback from UCLA, is going to San Jose State Spartans. Natural.
Okay.
Nico comes. I got to get moving. The other is there's two other ones. Real quick. Grant Segrin, the former Nebraska offensive tackle, I think, who Matt Rule talked about, who sneaky athletic, very, very smart young man. So I think he's probably already graduated. Is heading to Oklahoma State, listed as a 2-star, but I think he was a walk-on, built himself into something. They might be getting a diamond in the rough, so you wish him the best. But this is the one. I know I had told you about him before. Before we get in that, Wyoming is active.
Active?
Wyoming got a D lineman from BYU, wide receiver from, not sure where he's from. I mean, they got a wide receiver, safety, and edge. They said, listen, you got to start committing before you get some of this cowboy money. Laramie, Wyoming is popping. But here is the guy that I was talking about, Mohamed Toure, linebacker from Rutgers.
No relation to Samari, as far as we know.
No, he's not. Definitely not. But I'm going to tell you what, when he was healthy at Rutgers, he was their best defensive player. He was a difference maker. He was an all-conference second or first team type of player. Unfortunately, he had just some weird freak injuries. He is going back home to the University of Miami.
13.5 sacks across the 3 years that he recorded a sack. Of course, the injury in 22, the injury last year before the year. But that's 13.5 sacks in essentially 3 years of action. 23 tackles for loss, 167 tackles. Dude is ever. He is a menace.
He is a menace. He is on the other side of the line of scrimmage. He is a really good blitzer. He's a good stack linebacker. He can rush. That's a big get for Miami to get him. Now, granted, that's where he's from. Obviously a senior, probably looking for, a fresh start. Nothing. I'm sure he had a good time. And Greg Schiano developed. And that's the hard thing about college football and sports is that Rutgers got him, developed him. I wouldn't say took a chance on him, but somehow got him outside of the state of Florida. You got to think, not only did you get him away from Miami, you got him away from Florida and Florida State and Central Florida up there. Really performed well, but now he's back home and he gets to play in front of family and friends. So this is not a bad breakup per se. You know what I'm saying? But it's somebody to look out for because look, it was a Maluga, the linebacker from Miami, just got drafted. Here's his replacement right here. And it's a ready-made starter. As long as he's happy and healthy, he's going to pay dividends.
Well, and that's where it's a credit to Miami for getting him to come back home anyways, right? Because it's not always a slam dunk, right? This is a guy in Toure that would have been an NFL player had he stuck at Rutgers. But imagine what being probably the leading tackler on Miami's team is going to do for his draft stock. Even though he's an older prospect, even though he will have been in college for like 6-7 years now, man,
but he
playing in the middle for Miami, wrecking havoc in the ACC, has a good game against Clemson and Florida State, whatever.
Oh, he got a lot. Look, you play middle linebacker at Miami. It's no different than quarterback at Ohio State. You got to come with it.
Right.
You looking over there, you see Jonathan Vilma looking at you, judging you. You got Ray Lewis over there judging you. You got Dan Morgan, who's the GM in the, up in the NFL. And I don't even want to talk about Michael Barrow, Jesse Armstead, and Darren Smith. Them the OGs. Right? Yeah, you don't have no choice. And look, you got John Beeson, who was a great linebacker. You got the linebacker that's out for the Chargers right now who played at Miami. I forget his name. You ain't got no choice but to play good. You go play linebacker in Miami. So, hopefully you wish him the well. But I always look for a name or two that pops up. Some other big news in college football. So then we'll do NFL stuff and then get into the game tonight about from Thunder and the Thunder and the Nuggets. Is that I hate to talk about it, but Bill Belichick, it came out this morning. Dollar Bill Belichick. They said his girlfriend's key card was not going to work.
Wonder how that happened.
Well, there was some conversation that it was like, all right, we're going to shut down her key card. Somehow, some way, said, listen, your key card will work everywhere besides the coach's office. And obviously with the interview and then also the college version of Hard Knocks just essentially decided that she was too hard to deal with, or the situation wasn't as kosher as obviously that's something that, the whole college football world is going to keep an eye on.
Mm-hmm.
And based on their relationship, but then their working relationship. Now she's very protective of Bill Belichick and his reputation and what the perception is of him out there, which is commendable. I mean, she wants it to all be positive. And it's a big, and I think, or I'd like to think part of that is because it's a big leap of faith for him to come down. Now, granted, not a big leap of faith. You get paid $10 million, but a big leap of faith, I guess, career-wise,
legacy-wise.
Legacy. You're the greatest, definitely the greatest modern-day NFL head coach. People will argue you're the greatest NFL coach of all time.
Mount Rushmore, certainly.
For sure. And you get overlooked in the first hiring the cycle that you could be hired, and then you got to think Atlanta was all in on you until Robert Kraft said no, not so fast, my friend. I'll even pay him so you don't have to. right? You talk about a buddy system, right? Hey, Austin, don't hire that long guy. I'll pay him. He's horrible. You won't like him.
Now that is collusion because they were not thinking the same. But.
That is true, and it's actually. I wonder what you would call it. If that's a good friend that's looking out for you, and then he goes in out of nowhere. At least in my mind, out of nowhere, you take the North Carolina job.
Well, and that was interesting in and of itself because Bubba Cunningham didn't necessarily want it.
Right.
It was the regent that did Bubba Cunningham's job for him.
Yeah.
And said, "You're going to make this work."
Yeah. And I got the check to do so.
I
just did it for you. Look, take the day off. I got this.
Bubba.
Yeah.
We'll introduce him.
Yeah,
you don't have to.
It's 80 degrees and good man. Go play a good. You like golf. You been playing a little golf? No, you haven't. You can't.
Better get back out there. Yeah.
Roy Williams is out there for you.
Right.
So we'll see how it works.
The funny part about this, Jay, is I saw someone on Twitter make a note that this is some interesting timing for this decision to come out. Whether or not she's actually not allowed in the facility is also up for debate because Carolina said, nope, even though she's not an employee, she's still welcome, right? As their outside consultant, doing whatever she does for the Belichick social media, brand promotion, whatever. So Carolina is saying, no, that's not true. She's in, she's good. We'll see. But it comes out today as she's out of town to compete in Miss Maine. She was runner-up last year. So they didn't even tell her this to her face. They're dropping this as soon as she gets out of town. This is not your card doesn't work. This is your card will not work when you get back, potentially.
Now you're messing up her.
So then if you're Bill, did you do this on purpose and make someone else the fall guy? You say, oh, sorry, Jordan, they did this. I didn't have say. Or are you trying to pass this off on someone else where it's your decision, but you can set it up to her like it came from someone else?
Yeah, it's probably the latter. He don't want to deal with that heat. Just imagine that phone call in the morning.
Hi, honey.
What's it? There ain't no hi, honey. I guarantee you, she's like, what the hell is this? Bill.
I say Bill is saying that, but
Bill, no, he just, he's all like, I don't know, real short. He's like, no, you better start doing some explaining. And then he called his buddy. He said, let me call and check on you. Then he backed it down a little bit.
They just never called back.
Yeah, well, then he's like, oh, I was just told that was just a mistake. He coming on Sunday night.
She gets back, it doesn't work. Bill, I thought you said it was a mistake.
No, it's not even about that. The damage is done. You in trouble.
Oh, it's too late now.
Dollar Bill BB Bill Belichick.
It's in the DH.
Listen, Bill Belichick better be on the first thing smoking to what is up in Maine? Where is Maine? I know where Maine is.
Where Cooper's Lake from, Jay.
Let me take that back, though. Let me take that back. I know where Maine is. I
You
think
weren't that far from it.
I've been to Maine.
New York,
I've been to
Vermont,
Maine.
New Hampshire.
Hold on,
Maine.
let me look at Maine. I think I've been to Maine. I have been to Maine.
You got
They got lobsters
you
up
got
there,
Portland,
right?
Maine.
I've been there.
I was gonna say.
But he's the first thing smoking up there.
Mhm.
And he better be front row clapping at every answer she gives in the Miss Maine. Right?
Yep. She was runner-up last year. You find out.
You better be you better be slipping some envelopes. You know how I said it with Ryan Zussman and Jason Peters? We gotta win this championship. Bill Belichick said,
We gotta
get
win
me
Miss
out of
Maine.
trouble. We gotta get me out of trouble. So she needs to win Miss Maine. But all jokes aside, man, it's just crazy that it makes news. But you know what? It's a day in the life, and it'll be interesting to see how it shakes out.
All self-inflicted too, if you're Mr. Belichick.
Yes and no. Yeah.
95% self-inflicted if you're Bill Belichick.
Well, I think it's just obviously the age difference, and whatever makes people happy. Nobody here to judge. I mean, look, life is hard enough just to get out and just put one foot in front of the other. And if you find somebody that you're connected with, then so be it. I think the thing that was self-inflicted is just, I think that interview probably just didn't do well. It was not in the best, didn't turn out well.
Right.
And then so now with a lot of free time before training camp starts,
Mm-hmm.
and then somehow it gets out there. See, here's the problem. If it really wasn't Bill Belichick's doing, and somebody just made this story up, there's heat in the city. Somebody getting fired. And because Bill will find out,
Mm-hmm.
or she will find out, and you fired.
And as soon as one of them finds out, the other one is found out.
Yeah, you gone. And so,
Night.
yeah, I mean, I think it's it's one of those things. It's just an interesting thing, and it's even though they didn't have Hard Knocks in North Carolina, which is actually a smart move, because you could have somebody follow you around all day, with the cameras and whatever, practice meeting, and you have one mishap, meaning her or him or their relationship together, and they just play on that for
the rest of the series.
Ratings.
Yeah.
Now you up here, now you're dealing with stuff you don't want to. So that was actually a really good, I guess, outcome of not doing it. I think for the betterment of them, the betterment of the team, and the betterment of the whole thing is better that they didn't do it.
One of the quotes that came out of this was from, so it was Pablo Torre that did a lot of this investigation, formerly with ESPN. One of the people he talked to that he called a Belichick family source said the family is worried about how Jordan Hudson is going to affect Belichick's legacy. Is she going to end up causing problems with the legacy? Will North Carolina in this tenure cause problems? Will be the end of things in New England that's going to be the thing that people remember about how things went south for Bill Belichick? I don't know. But then David Hale on Twitter said a few things, too, that I thought were interesting. Number one, Belichick's the boss. Number two, Belichick has a lot of agency in this, right? He's not being controlled by some puppet master, right? Like, he's got his faculties. We know he's bright. We know he's smart. He had so much control in New England for so long. You think he's going to give that up when you go to college? I don't think so. So I'm more on the camp of this certainly isn't a good look for Bill Belichick, and it can certainly get worse, but it's not like his legacy is all of a sudden tarnished.
No, it's not. I think this would be something for people on the radio up in Boston that had maybe they had a bad run-in or will have a bad run-in with Bill Belichick, or just don't like Bill Belichick for something. This will be something that they can pile it on,
right?
Especially if he's not successful in North Carolina. Now, if he's successful at North Carolina, then they're gonna try to joke about it. But at the end of the day, it's not. You can't take away what he did with Tom Brady, alongside Robert Kraft and all the players that they were able to bring in, develop in the Hall of Famers, draft at times and stuff like that. You can't take that away from him.
No.
It was 20 years of domination.
Mm-hmm.
Domination, consistency. Now, they were up. Sometimes you know what Bill Belichick and them were about as far as the NFL rules. They were the type to come up and just tap the line, look for your reaction.
Mm-hmm.
You turn away, look this way. They go over and get back. They got caught a couple times.
They would hit the brakes as they're approaching the line, so that way they could slide over the line. But no, officer, I was slowing down.
Yeah. And then the one time, they said, "Oh, the dude didn't put the stop sign up. We're just gonna roll right through it. Oh, you got us. Well, you didn't really just stop us, so we'll pay the fine." And that was when they were down there filming the Rams, before the Super Bowl. Spygate
Right.
or whatever. So, anyways, enough of that stuff. We're gonna take a quick break. Come back. There's a ton of NFL comings and goings going on. A ton. We got a defensive coordinator with a little bit of health scare. One of the players I thought would be one of the best of all times is in Commanders camp. And then more importantly, the Steelers GM has talked quickly. He never says anything quickly about the Pickens trade. Then George Pickens has said he doesn't want to be number 2. So this dude just said, you know what? My show is coming to Pittsburgh.
Ready or not.
Here I am. Surprise.
It won't be Slim Pickens for me.
No,
But
I'm not backing down. He said, I'm a number 1 too. So we'll see. Jay Foreman, Austin Norman. Quick break. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Your new Total Wine in Lincoln has the largest selection of wines, spirits, and beers, plus totally low prices and friendly service from our helpful guides. With over 8,000 wines, 4,500 spirits, and 2,500 beers, you're sure to find your favorites and something new. You can even order delivery, in-store, or curbside pickup. Find what you love what you find. Only at Total Wine and More. Now open in Lincoln next to Gateway Mall.
Drink responsibly, B21.
The end of the school year is drawing near, which means graduation parties are coming soon. Are you prepared for hosting? Führer's Cheese Spread is the dip that brings everyone together to celebrate graduations and the close to a great school year. And it goes well with crackers, meats, soups, and more. How could you consider throwing a party without it? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's Cheese Spread. No graduation party is complete without it.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, 2-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at WindowWorldLincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Are you a fan of local wine, craft beer, cider, or spirits? Don't miss SIP Nebraska's 12th anniversary celebration May 9th and 10th at Mahoney State Park and join others who share your passion for great drinks. Enjoy unlimited tastings, live music, delicious food, artisans, and lawn games as you celebrate Nebraska's vibrant beverage industry. And when you find one you love, you can buy a bottle to take home. Choose your ticket package at sipnebraska.com. The SIP Nebraska Spring Festival, a Blur event, May 9th and 10th at Mahoney State Park in Ashland.
In today's digital world, technology works great until it doesn't. At Hamilton, we work to keep your business up and running. We are more than an IT company. We're your partner, focused on customized solutions that set you up for success now and in the future. Say goodbye to tech stress and unexpected IT costs when you hire Hamilton. Together, we help you focus on what really matters. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Connect with us at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
You grew up on cereal for breakfast and you graduated into drinking coffee at some point as an adult. Now there's a place in Lincoln where you can stay caffeinated but eat like you used to. Control Coffee and Cereal Bar brings Saturday morning vibes to every day with locally roasted specialty coffees, Lotus energy drinks, and tons of breakfast cereals with toppings. And did we mention they have video games to play while you're there too? Control Coffee and Cereal Bar open 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on the weekends at 15th and Pine Lake.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call today at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Back to Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up, Jay Foreman, Austin Orman? We are back, almost putting a bow on this Friday. Talked about college football news and what could possibly go on. Obviously, one of my favorite things, you talk about the transfer portal. Names won't be in there that much anymore since the portal is closed, but you just never know. That means he must have been a graduate. He can leave anytime he wants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or he put his name in before and just committed.
Yeah. Always leave it out there. Anyways, in the NFL, obviously the big trade by the Dallas Cowboys. You know, really, I didn't give the Dallas Cowboys enough credit. Their offense on paper looks pretty dang good, which last year it looked pathetic. Now, everybody's got Dak Prescott, controls that. But George Pickens was traded from the Steelers to the Cowboys. And the Steelers GM, who hardly ever says anything, and here's what's funny. Mike Tomlin is the one that suggested it. So that lets you listen. Mike Tomlin's fed up with you. You gotta go, right? And so because he was able to kind of mentor and deal with Antonio Brown, the receiver from Notre Dame,
Claypool,
Deontay Johnson,
even early Juju when he was doing all his dancing.
Juju, you're right, yeah. And that's it. That's child's play. Now he wish he had that Juju, right?
Right.
And here you go, George Pickens, who was a high second-round pick and has a ton of talent. I think he's one of the few players that has like over 2,000 yards and averages over 16 yards a catch. He's pretty consistent for how much of a knucklehead he is.
Well, and what his quarterback situation
I was about to say, without a quarterback. And he probably, on at least as of today, is like, you know what? I'm in a better situation for me personally. He's eligible for a contract extension. He said he's not really worried about that right now. I would be, because of my agent. I ain't going nowhere. I'm not getting traded unless I'm getting paid.
Right.
But that'll probably come down the road. But the two things out of it: Mike Tomlin started the trade, initiated. Like, we got to get this dude out of here. No matter what he says, he's like DK Metcalf is a more mature, more productive, and a higher price headache. This dude is an issue. Essentially quit against the Chiefs.
And against the Colts. Thank you very much.
And against the Colts. The Colts was on national TV, which then he bounced back. He thought he had it taken care of. Now he continues to do it. But then the GM, Mr. Khan, says, you know what? The trade made sense. And so Dallas gave it up. They got a lot of draft picks. You could tell the Steelers, they probably got 2 more years before they know that they got to blow this team up. Cam Hayward probably retire, may move TJ Watt, X, Y, and Z. So I can see where it's going. But then the next thing you know, George Pickens does an interview. He said he still views himself as the number one option. You're not.
No.
Not
you get your head screwed on straight, you could be, but you're not right now.
Yeah, not
like this.
It does give Dak a lot of options. More legitimate, two legitimate, possibly number ones. But one's a big headache, and it'll be interesting to see how this works down in Dallas, considering Jerry Jones and how, especially the power structure is funny. You got Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones, and then you got Schottenheimer as the head coach, and then you got a dude that's like Des Bryant 2.0 that'll literally go around the new head coach that kind of got the job just from because he was hanging out.
Right.
and was willing to deal with Jerry,
Mhm.
one of the biggest issues in the locker room will be Pickens, and he's bypassing you and going to the head man. If that's not a recipe to disaster.
Dallas is walking a tightrope.
Yeah.
Like they've done for a while in a bunch of different regards, right? I think in some cases, maybe their general talent level has been overblown, but to Dallas's credit, they haven't had, headaches like this, right? Jason Garrett wasn't a headache. He was just kind of there.
Yeah.
Mike McCarthy wasn't a headache by any stretch of the imagination. He was just kind of there doing his coaching thing. Even the players they had, since T.O., was there a diva? I don't think Zeke was a diva. Not to that degree.
No, Zeke was just more of focus, but he wasn't. He showed up to play
every week.
Yeah,
and they rode those legs.
Yeah,
ground him down into dust, and good for him having a little bit of a resurgence. But for being this, America's team, biggest brand in sports, whatever, Dallas hasn't had a bunch of these headache guys like Pickens. Now, if it works and their culture is in place like they believe it to be, okay, cool, absorb this guy. But isn't Pittsburgh's culture in place? Say what you will about the moves on the football field.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh's buttoned up, man.
Yeah.
They are. And if Pittsburgh said, it's not good enough for our culture, he's standing out here, and they're willing to move on from him. If you're Dallas, don't you pause for just a second and say, I wonder how this could go? I know you always want to assume the best and hope the best, but, man, sometimes you got to weigh the other side of it, too.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of desperation. I think Jerry Jones sees the hold on the being relative list slowly but surely like seeping through his hands, and now you are operating out of desperation. What have we heard all offseason? You haven't signed Micah Parsons, and you haven't done anything in free agency. Well, he says, okay, well, we got some big trades, coming, and this is you trade for the knucklehead. Well, you got a big knucklehead coming and a big headache coming, and who knows what he's got in the future coming on. But on paper, the team looks good.
If it all works out for Dallas, who are they? Are they like the Rams last year?
Yeah, that's exactly who they
is.
are.
Is that the comp?
Yeah, and what, you make it to the playoffs. You
hope you're on a heater,
and you challenge Philly through the first three quarters more than anybody did throughout the whole playoffs.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So then you could lie to your fans again and to yourself, say we're one step away,
one piece away.
That's Dallas Cowboys 101. We're one step away, but we're actually 10. And if you can do that, man, I think it really works itself out and works well for Jerry Jones. Now, he's actually got to show more faith in his quarterback. And I'm hoping this move by getting Schottenheimer is ultimately the only time that Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones said, you know what, we've put Dak through enough. He's taking a lot of heat. He's towards the end of his career. He's been a good soldier, per se. We're going to give him everything he wants, to give him a year or two to see if he can actually get us to where we hope he could get him. And this is it.
Which makes you wonder why they weren't investing that much around him to begin with.
Because
if all of a sudden at the end of his career, now you're going to go all in on him?
When it's too late.
When it's too late. Exactly. What could Dak Prescott have been if the Cowboys decided to make this decision 4 years ago?
Well, it started with not letting Zeke go when he was really good, and then going all in on Tony Pollard, right? And breaking up that. And then also you had some injury issues with Tyron Smith and all those guys as far as up front. Zach Martin, was a little banged up. But I think at that point in time, the aura around the Dallas Cowboys was still secure in the NFL vortex. But here recently, yeah, they could lie to themselves. Well, Philly went to the Super Bowl, but they still lost. Who cares? Well, Philly rat-a-tat-tatted that last year, and now they were the most dominant team. And Philly is doing things that Dallas wish they could do. Great midseason or pickup trades, right? Or free agency pickups. Drafting the best in the league. Developing the best in the league. Investing in the newer version of Dak Prescott. I have to say this, Dak Prescott at the same age throws the ball better than Jalen Hurts. But somehow Philly's winning. And then here's the worst part. They might be called the Commanders. It's still the Washington Redskins franchise. They're better than you. And guess what they did? They took another version of Dak Prescott and made him better than what you did with him in however many years in the first year.
Is Daniels more Dak or more Lamar?
I say he's more Dak because of the ability to pass. Lamar at that age, rookie, couldn't throw like Daniels.
That. Okay.
Dak, when he first started taking over for Romo, could throw the ball significantly better than Lamar.
Jaden Daniels more Dak or more Josh Allen?
He's more Josh Allen because he's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But he has the maturity of a veteran.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Jerry Jones is looking
at Brian Kelly effect, right?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know about that. Hey, Brian Kelly lost me when he went to Louisiana and tried to adopt the
Boston boy with Louisiana accent. Yeah. No.
And then he left his coaches recruiting.
Right.
Hey, I gotta go to the bathroom. The car picked him up. He gone. Where you been, man? Oh, I got a little stomach problem. Check ESPN though. But so that's what I think. I think Jerry Jones is seeing other teams do real NFL business, and then he's like, I got to do something. So this is, as much as this is a talent acquisition, this is a news cycle acquisition.
Yeah.
And all eyes now, people are going to really be watching just to see how it works. Now, Jerry Jones will tell you, any attention is good attention, good, bad, or ugly. And so he's going to get a little bit of everything this year with his team. And so it'll be interesting to see what happens. And so, nevertheless, I would say what's funny, the other team that probably made as much noise this offseason made a move with a guy that's a fan favorite, locker room favorite. And they did him a solid, but also made some headway, which is the Cleveland Browns. Not only do you still got Deshaun Watson on your team, not only do you have to face the reality of him probably playing next year.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, you can't get out underneath that contract. Number 4, personally and biased, you let my man Jameis leave. Number 5, you sign back Joe Flacco, who's like 85 years old.
Moves like it.
And then you trade for Kenny Pickett. Okay, now I'm on 6 of them. Number 7, you draft Dylan Gabriel in the 3rd round, who says he doesn't want to play in cold weather. Cleveland is cold.
Lake effect, baby.
And he doesn't have a big time arm. Then you turn around.
We're number 8.
Yeah. And then we're on number 8. Then you draft Shedeur Sanders. Okay, that's fine. And you get him in the 5th round. You were behind the scenes excited. Out in front, not excited. Number 9. Let's the first one was the Myles Garrett one. So now we're already on number 9. Now Myles Garrett said, "There's no way I'm going back to Cleveland." Oh, yes, you are, because this check is fat. so you're number 9. Number 10, which is a business move. You've now decided. Now, here's what I'm saying. Like Cleveland with all this, with the Deshaun. Every move you make after Deshaun Watson has to be good PR, because you also had your linebacker that got in trouble when he was back visiting people in Pittsburgh that you just gave some money. So you just strike right, and you got your coach on the hot seat. Well, one guy that's a fan favorite, still very productive, came back from catastrophic injuries and came back even better, is Nick Chubb. Okay, one guy you could bring back probably at a not veteran minimum, a serious Cleveland Browns discount. Right? Let's say dog pound discount. You just said, you know what? It's increasingly unlikely that we're going to bring him back. Are you kidding me? So here's what you're going to do. You're going to roll out Joe Flacco. Okay. You got Jerry Jeudy, I think is the receiver, right? Is Jerry Jeudy?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. And your decent offensive line, a good defense with 2 rookie running backs.
Woo.
Now
Judkins is good.
Judkins and Dylan Sampson is good. Now, then you're saying, well, we have 2 young guys that you like, and you think Jerome Ford can play a role. Are you kidding me? There's no comparison between Nick Chubb and
Jerome Ford.
Jerome Ford.
Not the same.
So and Nick Chubb struggled a little bit last year. And this is the funny thing about being injured. And this is, I had to deal with this.
You have Njoku still. That's helpful.
Yeah, which is let you know on the opposite, right? It's either you got really good players or really bad. But here's what I say, right? Is they'll say Nick Chubb failed to regain his Pro Bowl form. Well, he was coming off a knee injury, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the offensive line was horrible too.
Yeah.
So they don't mention that the offensive line that performed well. They're like, you didn't run the ball well. He wasn't missing holes. Wasn't like he was supposed to go right and he went left. And so now he's a free agent. Now, who knows where he'll get picked up. But I think whoever picks him up, probably like Kansas City or something.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be somebody that don't deserve to have this type of player, and he's going to pay off dividends. Because any man that comes back from them knee injuries and squat 700 pounds.
Different.
Yeah. Crowbait says this before we go to break. What does he say? He said, come on, Jay. An old Flacco is still better than Sanders for the first 3 games.
Yeah.
I like Joe Flacco, though. I always have liked Joe Flacco. I got a ton of respect for him. I think at this point, if he doesn't have a really good offensive line, he's just an accident waiting to happen.
Arm strength isn't what it used to be. Decision making is slowing down a little bit.
And they don't have the skill position guys to eliminate his deficiencies.
Right.
So I still like Joe Flacco, Crowbait. I like Shador a little bit better. What's up, baby? This is Prime. Anyways, you know what's Prime? We're going to a break. Jay Foreman, Austin Norman. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Your new Total Wine in Lincoln has the largest selection of wines, spirits, and beers, plus totally low prices and friendly service from our helpful guides. With over 8,000 wines, 4,500 spirits, and 2,500 beers, you're sure to find your favorites and something new. You can even order delivery, in-store, or curbside pickup. Find what you love what you find, only at Total Wine and More. Now open in Lincoln next to Gateway Mall.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and they're having the biggest hail sale they've ever had. A huge opportunity is at your front door right now. Some of these cars we're fixing, some we're not, and some it's totally up to you. New Sierra starting at $15,000 off list. New Canyons at $8,500 off list. New body styles on the Acadias, $3,000 off list. You need to hurry as there's going to be a lot of people heading to Louisville. Check us out at cobblecars.com. Stock numbers G121492, G187747, and G196599.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
National Electrical Safety Month is held every May to raise awareness about the importance of staying safe around electricity. Visit les.com/safety for safety tips on power lines, tree trimming, storms, and so much more.
You grew up on cereal for breakfast and you graduated into drinking coffee at some point as an adult. Now there's a place in Lincoln where you can stay caffeinated but eat like you used to. Control Coffee and Cereal Bar brings Saturday morning vibes to every day with locally roasted specialty coffees, Lotus energy drinks, and tons of breakfast cereals with toppings. And did we mention they have video games to play while you're there too? Control Coffee and Cereal Bar open 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on the weekends at 15th and Pine Lake.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next opportunity? Nebco is hiring. They're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. They offer competitive wages, great benefits, service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Apply today at nebco.com. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for the Nebco shop. Learn more at nebco.com. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at nebco.com.
At Planet Fitness, we're declaring it. This is the year of getting stronger, and you can get started now by saving when you join today. We have all the best-in-class equipment you could ever need, and you can work out your way on your time at any convenient location near you. Most open 24 hours. So let's do this. Join Planet Fitness today and save. Just $1 down, $15 a month.
Find your nearest club and join today. Deal ends Friday, May 16th.
See Home Club for details.
This is it, Husker fans, your final chance to see Nebraska baseball at home this season. It starts Tuesday, May 6th with a huge rivalry matchup against Creighton. Then it's a Big Ten showdown as the Huskers host Michigan May 9th through 11th. Every game matters and your support can make the difference. Great seats are still available, but they're going fast. Get your tickets today at huskers.com/tickets or by calling 1-800-8-BIG-RED.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
Back to Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up, Jay Foreman, Austin Orman? Quick segment here before we turn it over to corner 3. Send you guys to the weekend. A lot of corner 3s are going to be going on tonight, Austin. Thunder against the Nuggets. Bloodline against Shay Shay. The battle of the Canadians. Who would have thought? 2 Canadians going at it. Grew up together, battling it out. Pivotal game 3 up there in Denver. I think this one's going to be one of those ones that go down, to either overtime or the last 2 possessions.
I think the NBA would really like that.
And on a Friday night, but I just think Denver, they got rocked, but they kind of showed up, got their business done. They're going all in on this game, knowing that they could take control of the series if they win this game.
Ooh, I don't know if it's taking control of the series.
You
go up a game.
You go up a game. They feel like if they could get game 4.
If Denver wins both of them at home, they're obviously in control.
And even if they go back to OKC, they're going to lie to themselves and say, we've done this before. The reality is most likely not going to happen.
Yeah.
That's why this game is so pivotal. I think if they win this game, game 4 becomes increasingly easier. This is the hardest.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Because OKC would have real doubt.
After last year, there's some scars there. There's some scar tissue.
And you go home, and then Joker's coming.
Right.
And he's done it before. So then you get a little tight.
Yeah.
And then you got to win 3 in a row. Then you got to win 3 in a row.
Ooh.
What if we get bad refs? What if they start hitting threes? What if Jamal Murray's hitting, Joker's hitting, and Aaron Gordon has a game of his life? And then Russell does his thing.
Yeah. To answer your question, by the way, the guys that beat out Joe Flacco at Pitt, Rod Rutherford, Juwan Walker was the running back who threw a pass for him, and then Luke Getsy.
Rutherford was decent, right? He was
lefty. Okay.
Yeah.
Then 2004, Joe Flacco's second year, Joe Flacco played 3 games. He went 1 of 4 for 11 yards, beat out by Tyler Palko and Marcus Furman.
So it'd be Tyler Palko. Oh, yeah. Man. Who was the head coach? You just made a mistake.
Walt Harris. He went 8-4 and 8-5 in his last 2 years before handing the reins over to.
Was it Dave Wannstedt?
Dave Wannstedt.
Yeah. Yeah. Pittsburgh.
The Bird.
Larry Fitzgerald Jr.'s university.
Best hands in history?
Yeah. Can you believe Joe Flacco was there and he had to go to, and he's been in the league 18 years?
Yeah. Jimmy Garoppolo could never.
Anyways, appreciate you listening. Big shout out to everybody that contributed this week, but then also keep on listening because you got the corner 3. Austin's going to break down anything and everything. Basketball, Jay Foreman, Austin Orman, Old School. We're out of here.
Pitch the perfect idea for a family outing or date night with tickets to the next Salt Dogs game. Nothing says summer fun like an action-packed evening at Haymarket